Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University Road Trip Edition. Now this is near Yerington, Nevada. I'm here with one of our students, Joe, and he has some prospects around here that he'd taken some samples and was able to pan some gold from. And so I came over here to meet up with him, try our table out, do some other stuff. And we ran into a situation that unfortunately is all too common, although in this case it was rather extreme. That is the variability of the natural rock. Joe has taken several samples from one vein. All looks about the same. And in the past he's panned good gold out of it, right?
That's right. Decent gold.
And we had a couple buckets that he'd rough crushed already once through the RC46. Tried it on the table. Initially we were getting gold. And then we stopped getting gold. And we took some samples. And the first sample we panned out of your stuff looked pretty darn good gold.
Good. It was promising. It was promising. Got us almost excited. But,
yeah, about a quarter of an ounce to the ton, I'd guess. And so we went. Boy, we were just playing around with the table, and I was trying to figure out what the heck was going wrong. And guess what? After just not having any luck whatsoever and sampling all the stuff, it's like, wow, it's like this gold is just disappearing into thin air. We went, reground everything fine, ran it through the splitter, panned more samples, and there isn't crap. We took some ore I had just as a double check, and it worked. It still had gold in it. So what we had here was a bucket of crushed rock where, like, the last rock that was going through the crusher was the good one. The other stuff was fairly And so wound up just tearing our hair out for several hours trying to figure out what was going on. And it turns out natural sample variability. So I suggest any of you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, go back to lesson 3, taking representative samples, and review it. But basically, it's the natural human instinct to sample the best looking spot. I guarantee you, if I got to take a sample, it's going to be that one. However, that's also totally unrepresentative. You need to lay off an even spacing between sample points. Take the same samples each way. You got to sit there and take as big a sample as you can. If you got a demo hammer and an RC46, man, take buckets. Don't take little bags, because you want the biggest sample that you can crush up, blend, split, and get the most representative thing you can. So that's the lesson we learned here. I think the table was doing okay, but we couldn't really tell for sure. It looked like it was doing a good job getting a heavy mineral concentrate, but there just wasn't enough gold to really say yay or nay on that one. And he's been a lot of help. Put forth a little bit of sweat equity the last 2 days here, and they've been very hospitable. His neighbor, Ken, great guy, has been very hospitable with me and my wife there. And I just want to thank you and Ken for all the hospitality and help here.
Absolutely. And appreciate you coming out. It was wealth of knowledge. Probably got a year's worth of experience in a day and a half. It was very, very enlightening.
The top couple things that you learned, the things that were most important in your mind, what were they?
Back to basics. Panning. Your simple fine gold panning methods. I'm primarily a placer guy, and my placer panning methods are very different than the fine gold load panning methods.
Yes. Placer gold is much bigger. It takes totally different techniques. It's kind of like the difference between driving a semi-truck and a sports car. They're both driving. The techniques are radically different. And I think you've seen just how different it is, but how important it is to practice that and get it right.
Absolutely. You can't stress the importance to practice and get that right, because
and then use it too, because you got to use it all the way through the process. All your samples, when you're running it over an extraction table, he's got a Whiffley table here. you know, test the tailings, test the middlings, test the cons, test the head, test everything on a regular basis to make sure you know what's happening, and don't guess. You wouldn't drive down the road closing your eyes half the time. So use that testing. It doesn't take me very long at all to pan it down, does it?
No,
No.
just about a minute and a half or so.
Yeah, I think it's a little longer than that. Just seems like it. But I'm thinking probably 3 to 5 minutes, and it's really, really important. And then don't forget to cross-check your panning technique against real assays from a reliable assay lab, so that you can tell that you're getting good consistency. There are times that you will not be able to pan the gold. It's rare, but it can happen. Is there anything else?
Nope. Once again, appreciate you coming out and the wealth of knowledge you bestowed on us, and welcome back anytime. Passing through Yerington, stop on by.
Thank you, and I want people who are enthusiastic about gold mining to be able to do it and not waste money or effort. That's one of the biggest reasons why I started this. Was I've seen so many people lose their shirts in this business when they didn't have to, by using simple basic techniques. So happy prospecting, and keep it safe out there.